In chapter 1428, Miyata came to see Ippo to talk about Sendo's strategy for beating Ricardo. Furthermore, this chapter confirms that Miyata will move up in weight to fight Rosario, and Ippo's comeback is also in the making. But first, let's look at what he says about Sendo's chances. Ippo asks whether Sendo can't win. Miyata says he trained with him for 5 days, and they were sparring during that time. His new weapon is formidable. He means the anti-Ricardo strategy. And yet, despite all that, take a good look at my face. Your face? Ippo suddenly starts blushing and twirls his thumbs like a high school girl. Even Wanpo thinks this goes too far. But that's not what Miyata meant. He says he doesn't have a single scratch on his face. That means none of Sendo's punches landed. In 5 days of sparring, not one punch landed, man. What is Sendo doing? And then Ippo shouts through the whole city. Incredible! You were able to avoid the punches of someone about to have a world title match. Miyata-kun, you're way too good. I need me a wife who gasses Miyata up like Ippo, bro. He says you could become world champ like this. But that's not what Miyata is here to talk about. Because on that note, he won't challenge for the WBA belt. This is interesting. Why though? Ricardo's essentially Miyata's improved form. He's better than him in all aspects. His chances of beating Ricardo as he is now are all but nothing. Damn. He knows he can't beat Ricardo. That's why he won't even try. So do you really think that Sendo, whose punches couldn't even reach me, stands any chance at all? It's a shame, but as he says this, Ippo is raising his finger. He starts doing the Hajime no thinking. I wonder. The one with the best chance is Sendo. Miyata interrupts him and says again, take a good look at my face. Ippo looks at him and starts blushing again. He never looked at Kumi like this. This is the reason why she doesn't want Ippo in a room together with Miyata. But now Ippo locks in again and talks business. In the first place, I never thought Ricardo was superior in every way. It's true that there's a lot of commonality between both your boxing styles. But the more you resemble each other, the better there's a chance, I think. Ippo is ice cold now. How is he this calculated when he was just blushing like a princess? So you're saying that Ricardo and I could both lose to Sendo? On what basis? It's because of what you have in common. Counters or sense of distance? No. Our well-polished basics? No. Miyata is starting to get pissed. Your heart. This is a shock to Miyata. He doesn't know if he's serious or if this is another flirting tactic. But Ippo gives him a lesson, a literal tutorial. Even punching with headgear and big gloves, Sendo's punches are dangerous. You couldn't avoid them for 5 days without incredible effort and care. Then he says that Miyata is hard to catch. That goes especially for his head. And when Sendo goes for the body, Miyata will see that coming as well. That's why he got away without any damage. He says that's what it makes so simple. I just have to stay in low gear and cruise to an easy decision win. But that's not what would happen. Ippo is suddenly speaking like an emperor holding a speech before his nation. You've got too much heart to be happy with a decision. You're always going to want to fight back, to outfight him. And even if he only lands a few punches, he'll make sure that they count. That's who Sendo Takeshi is. Miyata tries to deny that idea. He says that's too naive, too convenient. You really think an opponent who knows he can win by decision will purposefully step into an exchange of blows? I think you forgot how he stepped in non-stop against RBJ. Ippo says yes, absolutely. His bravery as a boxer is something I trust in completely. Machismo. Trust? Boxing is about outsmarting your opponent, doing what they hate the most, thoroughly breaking them down. Then Miyata leaves and Ippo thanks him for coming all the way out. He runs up the hill, slips on the grass and slides all the way down. Bro is just goofing around. Suddenly he starts analyzing Miyata's style while shadowboxing. He says no matter how you look at it, you two have the same distance. And your counters are similar too. And your 1-2s follow the same unique rhythm. Your footwork is much faster, but Ricardo pulls his punches back quicker to chain together combos. So they are the same there too. But the Mexicans have special kinds of hooks. Ippo just started pointing out where Miyata is lacking. He can't believe what he just heard. Such a calm, precise analysis of everything. Is this really the perspective of a boxer who's committed to staying outside the ring? No, it's not. Ippo is analyzing every world-level boxer as if he stole Kobashi's notebook. When he comes back, he'll be Dekacore Ippo. And seconds later, Itagaki says that Miyata is stagnant while his generation is peaking. And then he finds a reason to show up here. Does he keep showing up like this in order to check something? In other words, he comes back every couple months to see if Ippo finally comes back. He's like us for real. All of this means the following. We know from the most recent chapter that Ricardo decided to make Sendo miss next rounds. But if Ippo is right, it means that Ricardo's bravery as a boxer won't allow him to just cruise and stack up points. He'll be forced into a punching match. And that's where Sendo will land a big punch. And why is Miyata not challenging Ricardo? Because he's realistic. I think he wants to sharpen his blade against Rosario and gain some world-level experience. And he's waiting for Ippo at the same time. Fighting Rosario would give him the perfect practice against a bull rusher type, while Ippo would prepare for Miyata by fighting Ricardo. Only when they're experienced against each other's styles will they be confident enough to finally step in the pro ring with each other. Mark my words. Miyata versus Rosario soon. And Sendo will knock down Ricardo within maximum 3 chapters. Not saying Sendo will win, but 1 knockdown minimum. Subscribe or Ippo won't come back. See you in the next one.